Today we're going to be talking about CLOV stock and what you should know for this next week. Let's get into the video. Hi everyone, my name is Zach and welcome back to Finance Bro. Before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please leave a comment of how many shares of CLOV stock you have, and also consider leaving a like and subscribe as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys want 2 free stocks that could be worth up to $2,300, then go ahead and get signed up with WeBull. They're doing a special promotion right now where all you have to do is deposit $5 and you can get those 2 free stocks. Without any further ado, let's get straight into our stock for today, CLOV. So here we are on Yahoo Finance, and let's go over a little bit of the price action that we had. We're going to do some technical analysis at the end, so if you want to see that, make sure you stick around until the end to see that. But yeah, let's see. In the latest trading session, CLOV closed 1% down to about $8.20. This change was narrower than the S&P's daily loss of 0.75%. As you can see here, the S&P, Dow, Nasdaq, the whole stock market as a whole, having a little bit of a correction. We might be seeing a correction throughout the next week as we are at highs that are a little bit unsustainable at the moment right now, but that's just a macro thing. Let's talk about CLOV. But yeah, coming into today, shares of the company have lost 34% in the last month, and that same time the medical sector lost about 4.84%, while the S&P 500 gained about 2.74%. This article talks about how it is important to note the recent changes to analyst estimates for CLOV. These revisions help to show the ever-changing nature of near-term business trends. As a result, we can interpret positive estimate revisions as a good sign for the company's outlook. Research indicates that these estimate revisions are directly correlated to short-term price momentum. To benefit from this, they developed Zacks rank, blah blah blah. They're basically talking about their rank. Zacks rank has a system that ranges from 1, which is a strong buy, to 5, which is a strong sell, and they talk about how good it is. But Zacks consistent EPS estimate has moved 24% lower in the last month. CLOV currently has a Zacks rank of number 4, which is a sell, sadly. And let's go over to why this may not be the case or what people should be thinking of. So let's go to Yahoo Finance. So I like to use Yahoo Finance to just get a very good overview of the stock. But yeah, let's get into it. Even Yahoo Finance thinks that it'll go down in the short term, midterm, and long term, and then there's a bearish pattern detected. Obviously, anyone could see that, yes, there is a bearish pattern, but let's go why we could be at support right now. So yeah, they have about a $3.3 billion market cap. Their last earnings date was May 17th, and they have one coming up on August 12th, I believe. Yeah, actually you can see here on Robinhood that it is expected to be August 12th in the pre-market. So we have an earnings estimate coming up pretty soon, and obviously we're on an upward trajectory. So if they can post a good earnings, that would be super good for the company. But if we come down here, obviously they missed by 2 cents on their last earnings estimate. Let's see how they do on their next one. Financials wise, they actually have been increasing their revenue a lot, and their earnings honestly didn't look too bad compared to 2019 and 2018. So yeah, revenue is going up, and that's honestly something that's very good to see. They even have positive earnings in Q3 of 2020, so that's good. But Yahoo Finance also has it between a hold and an underperform the market. Their price targets are for 2 people are $9 and $10. So that presents about a 10 to 15% upside, depending on what analysts you are following. But yeah, so basically a lot of people are kind of off this stock, but retail investors are still on it, so that's why we're talking about it now. If we look at the statistics, obviously they don't have a good profit margin, but that's not really what we're looking at here. If we take a look at their financials, in the last quarter, they definitely improved their revenue. They went from $166 million in revenue all the way to $200 million in revenue. Obviously, their operating income went down, so that's not very good. If you take a look at their balance sheet, though, their balance sheet looks pretty solid, except for the fact that they have all this debt. So as you can see here, they have a lot more in total non-current assets, but that will be converted pretty soon. Only $33 million in current liabilities. So they have a lot more total assets than total liabilities, but I like to see more current assets than current liabilities. That's not currently the case, but you know, in the future it most likely will be. They're still a relatively new company. So if we take a look here at tip ranks, the consensus EPS forecast is going to be negative 14 cents. If we see a beat here for CLOV, that can trigger the retail investor sentiment and maybe consider, or maybe trigger another short squeeze. Obviously, we had a short squeeze when month or two ago, and went all the way up to $28, but we have sold off ever since then. If we take a look at short interest, you can see here that on the reported date of June 30th, there's still 36 million shares short. That's about $478 million that are being shorted, a change of 13% in the right direction actually, and only 28% of the short or percentage of float is shorted. So overall, you know, I think people are starting to short this less and less, because at $28, obviously that's a bit, you know, you should be shorting at that level. But at $8, I feel like people are starting to back off and starting to cover their positions. So yeah. Only 28% is shorted compared to 36, but we could still have a short squeeze if the right things do happen. Alright, now we can get into the technical analysis. So this is kind of what I want to bring up, is that there's not much more downside left, because we do have a previous support at that $8 level, and then another support at that $7.50 level. So we have a pretty strong support at that $7.50 level. If we can keep above that, that will be very, very, very good for the stock. But we do have another support at $8. So we have a support at $8, we have a support at $7.50. I think we're getting to a bottom here with CLOV, and honestly there's not much more downside, because I don't think we dip below this prior low on May 19th of $6.50. Obviously, if we come here, this broke a resistance level when it actually, you know, short squeezed a bit. It broke that resistance level of $10, and then it just kept going and went all the way up to $28 when it was like that, you know, peak hype. Ever since then, we've obviously sold and made lower lows, lower highs, and have just been selling off, consolidating a lot. But I think we're going to hit a bottom here at the $7 level, $7.50 level. If not, $6.50 is the absolute lowest I think CLOV will go. So the most downside we have here is between 20 and 30%, and the most upside we have here, honestly, I can see this getting back all the way to $14 with a good earnings report. But there aren't many catalysts going on with CLOV at the moment, so we are basically just going to have to hope that we beat on earnings, and then retail investors actually you know, also see this as a very positive sign. Overall, analysts are kind of bearish on this stock, but I am pretty bullish on this stock going forward, with about a 20% downside, and then a all the way up to about a 60 to 80% upside when the right conditions are met. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for my analysis. What do you guys think? Make sure you comment how many shares of CLOV you have below, and then also consider leaving a like and subscribe, as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. That's going to be it for my analysis. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.